3 days ago, an audio recording leaked from a private dinner at Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump, speaking to a small group of donors and advisors, said something that wasn't meant to go public. Something that explains everything. Every indictment, every investigation, every media attack, every attempt to keep him off the ballot. And when this audio started circulating on encrypted channels, the establishment went into full panic mode. Major news networks refused to cover it. Social media platforms suppressed it. Fact-checkers immediately labeled it out of context before most people even heard it. But I got the transcript, I listened to the full audio, and what Trump said isn't just controversial. It's the most honest thing any politician has said in 50 years. Because he didn't give the political answer, he gave the real answer. Today, I'm going to play you the audio, break down exactly what he said, explain why they're terrified of it, and show you why this changes everything about the 2024 election. Because this isn't about Trump being mean or crude or unpresidential. This is about him saying out loud what everyone in power already knows but can never admit. The system is rigged, and they will do anything, including destroy him, to keep you from realizing it. Let me start with the audio itself, because you need to hear his exact words. Someone at the dinner asked him, "Mr. President, why do you think they're going after you so hard? 4 indictments, 91 charges, civil cases. Why you?" And Trump paused, took a drink. And then he said something I've never heard a politician say. He said, "You want to know the real reason? It's not about me. It's never been about me. I'm just in the way. They don't care about me personally. What they care about is that I told 75 million people that the system is fake, that elections are manipulated, that the media lies, that the intelligence agencies run the country, not the president, that both parties are controlled by the same donors, that the whole thing is theater designed to make you think you have a choice when you don't. I'm not the threat. The threat is that millions of people now believe that. And once you believe the system is rigged, you can't be controlled anymore. You stop playing their game, and that terrifies them. Because their power depends on you believing the lie. So they don't need to destroy me. They need to destroy the idea that the system is rigged, and the only way to do that is to make an example out of me. To show everyone, look what happens when you tell people the truth. We will indict you. We will bankrupt you. We will put you in prison. We will take everything from you. And if that doesn't work, we'll kill you. But we will not let you wake people up. The room went silent. And then someone said, "Mr. President, you can't say that publicly. They'll use it against you." And Trump laughed. He said, "They're already using everything against me. What difference does it make? The worst thing I ever did wasn't January 6th. It wasn't classified documents. It wasn't paying off a porn star. The worst thing I did was tell people that their vote doesn't really matter because the system is controlled by people they never elected and can't remove. That's the unforgivable sin. Everything else is just the excuse." Now, when this audio leaked, the fact-checkers immediately said it was misleading and out of context. But here's the thing, I have the full hour-long recording, and the context makes it worse, not better. Because Trump wasn't ranting. He was calm, methodical, explaining how power actually works in America. And it was terrifying because it was true. Let me break down what he said piece by piece, because every sentence is important. First, the system is fake. What does that mean? Trump explained it like this. He said, "When I got elected in 2016, I thought I was going to be president. I thought I'd be running things. But on day one, they sat me down. Intelligence agencies, military brass, State Department. And they explained to me very clearly, we're going to give you some wins, tax cuts, judges, deregulation, things that make your base happy but don't threaten the structure. But on the things that actually matter, foreign policy, monetary policy, surveillance, intelligence operations, you're going to do what we tell you. Or we'll make your life hell, Trump said. He tried to push back, tried to pull troops out of Syria, tried to declassify documents, tried to fire people, and every single time he got blocked. Leaks to the media, investigations, resignations, impeachment. He said, I realized pretty quick that the president isn't the most powerful person in the country. He's a figurehead. The real power is the permanent bureaucracy, the intelligence agencies, the Federal Reserve, the military-industrial complex. And those people don't answer to voters. They answer to themselves. Now, some people will say that's just Trump being paranoid. But is it? Let's look at the evidence. When Trump tried to end the war in Afghanistan, his own generals lied to him about troop numbers. That's not conspiracy theory. That's reporting from the Washington Post and Bob Woodward's book. When Trump wanted to declassify documents about Russiagate, intelligence agencies refused. When he wanted to withdraw from NATO, his advisors slow-walked it until he gave up. When he wanted to fire Christopher Wray, he was told it would trigger another special counsel investigation. At every turn, the permanent bureaucracy blocked him. And then they leaked to the media that he was unstable, dangerous, unfit. This isn't speculation, this is documented. Second, elections are manipulated. Now this is where it gets really dangerous, because Trump didn't say stolen, he said manipulated, and he explained the difference. He said, do I think they literally change votes in Dominion machines? Maybe, I don't know, but that's not how they really do it. They do it through media, through big tech, through intelligence agency influence operations. They control what information you see, what stories get amplified, what gets censored. They flood Facebook with anti-Trump content. They suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story. They have 51 intelligence officials lie and say it's Russian disinformation. They coordinate with Twitter to ban accounts. They use the FBI to pressure platforms. And on election day, you think you're making a free choice. But you're not. You're choosing based on information they curated for you. That's manipulation. And it's legal, because they're not changing the vote count. They're changing your mind before you vote. And here's the thing. He's right. The Twitter files prove that intelligence agencies were flagging accounts for suspension. The Facebook files showed that the FBI pressured Zuckerberg to censor the laptop story. 51 intelligence officials signed a letter calling the laptop Russian disinformation with zero evidence, and the media ran with it. That's not democracy. That's managed democracy. You get to vote, but only after they've controlled what you know. Third, the media lies. Trump went into detail on this. He said the media isn't news, it's propaganda, and it's not even subtle. CNN, MSNBC, New York Times, Washington Post, they all get their talking points from the same place. You'll see it. Same day, every outlet uses the same phrase. Walls are closing in. Beginning of the end. Bombshell. It's coordinated. And it's coordinated because the people who own these outlets are all part of the same club. They go to the same parties. Their kids go to the same schools. They vacation in the same places. They have the same interests. And their interest is maintaining the system that keeps them rich and powerful. I'm a threat to that system. So they lie about me, non-stop. For 8 years, Russia collusion, hoax, impeachment 1, hoax, impeachment 2, hoax. Every single thing they said was the beginning of the end turned out to be nothing. But it didn't matter, because the point wasn't to tell the truth. The point was to program people to hate me so much that they'd accept anything, including rigging an election, to get rid of me. Fourth, intelligence agencies run the country. This is the most explosive part. Trump said, People think the CIA and FBI work for the president. They don't. The president works for them. And if you don't, they destroy you. JFK tried to dismantle the CIA. Dead. Nixon tried to expose the deep state. Destroyed. Reagan got shot. Every president since then learned the lesson: don't fuck with the intelligence community. Except I didn't get the memo. I thought I was actually in charge. So I tried to fire Comey, tried to declassify, tried to pull out of foreign wars, and they came after me harder than any president in history. Russiagate was an intelligence operation. Crossfire Hurricane was run by the FBI. The dossier was fed to them by CIA-connected sources. The whole thing was an operation to take me down. And when that didn't work, they moved to impeachment. Then January 6th. Then classified documents. Then indictments. They will never stop because I threatened their power. Now, is Trump right about this? Let's look at the facts. The Russia investigation was based on the Steele dossier, which was funded by the Clinton campaign and fed to the FBI by sources connected to intelligence agencies. That's admitted fact. The FBI lied to the FISA court to get warrants to spy on Trump's campaign. That's admitted by the DOJ Inspector General. Intelligence officials leaked classified information to the media to damage Trump. That's documented. The entire Russiagate narrative, which dominated 3 years of his presidency, turned out to be false. No collusion, no conspiracy. Mueller found nothing, but the damage was done. And the same agencies that pushed that hoax are now investigating him for classified documents, even though every president takes documents and the Presidential Records Act gives him authority to declassify. It's selective prosecution, and it's being driven by the same people he threatened. Fifth, both parties are controlled by the same donors. Trump said something really interesting here. He said, "You think there's a difference between Romney and Biden? Between McConnell and Schumer? There's not. They all answer to the same people. BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, Raytheon, Big Pharma. They fund both sides. So no matter who wins, the agenda stays the same. More wars, more spending, more debt, more control. The only difference is the packaging. Democrats sell it as progress. Republicans sell it as security. But it's the same policy. I didn't take their money. That's why they hate me, because I can't be bought. And that makes me unpredictable. Dangerous. I might actually do what voters want instead of what donors want. And that threatens the whole game." And again, he's not wrong. The defense industry donates to both parties. Big Pharma donates to both parties. Wall Street donates to both parties. And somehow, no matter who wins, we keep getting into new wars, drug prices keep rising, and banks keep getting bailouts. That's not a coincidence. That's a system working exactly as designed. Sixth, and this is the darkest part, if that doesn't work, they'll kill you. Trump said, "I'm not suicidal. I'm not depressed. I don't have any health problems. So if something happens to me, you'll know it wasn't an accident. They've already tried everything else. Lawfare, bankrupt me, prison. If none of that works, there's one option left, and they've done it before. JFK, Bobby Kennedy. They'll call it a lone wolf, mental illness. And half the country will believe it because the media will tell them to, but you'll know. Everyone in this room will know." Someone asked, "Do you really think they go that far?" And Trump said, "I think they'll do whatever they have to do to protect the system. And I'm the biggest threat that system has ever faced. Not because I'm special, but because I have a megaphone."
And I'm telling 75 million people that everything they believe about democracy is a lie. You think they're just going to let that continue?
Now, This is where people will call Trump paranoid or delusional. But let's be honest, the man has been investigated more than any person in American history. 4 indictments, 91 criminal charges, multiple civil cases trying to take his business, efforts to remove him from ballots in multiple states, a coordinated media campaign calling him Hitler, a fascist, a threat to democracy. If they're willing to do all of that, is assassination really that far-fetched? Especially when you consider that intelligence agencies have a documented history of political assassinations, domestically and internationally. The Church Committee revealed this in the 70s, COINTELPRO. Operation Mockingbird. These aren't conspiracies. These are admitted programs. So why does this audio matter? Why is it being suppressed? Because Trump said the quiet part out loud. He explained how power actually works in America. And the establishment can't allow that explanation to spread. Because once people understand that the system is rigged, that their vote is largely symbolic, that real power is held by unelected bureaucrats and billionaire donors, the whole legitimacy of the system collapses. People stop participating, stop voting, stop obeying, and the system can't function without the consent of the governed. So they have to destroy Trump. Not just defeat him, destroy him. Make an example so severe that no one ever tries this again. But here's the problem. It's not working. Every indictment makes him stronger. Every attack increases his support. Because people see what's happening. They see the coordination, the lawfare, the censorship. And they realize if they're trying this hard to stop him, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe the system really is rigged. And maybe burning it down isn't such a bad idea. That's the real reason they're terrified. Not because Trump might win, but because Trump has awakened something they can't put back to sleep. 75 million people who no longer trust the media, the intelligence agencies, the elections, or the government itself. And that's a force that can't be controlled, can't be bought, can't be stopped. If this resonated with you, share it. Because they don't want you to hear this audio. They want it memory hold. But the truth is out, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Trump just told you how the system really works. Now you have to decide what to do with that information.